stuff to get into the top trending things by using incendiary words. Hey, Elon Musk, you want to fix something? Don't trend stuff just based on repetitive language, especially when it's violent words, because it's too easy. If the word literally from somebody was killed to there were threats to kill somebody, like a very serious thing, to my parents are going to kill me, in the entire spectrum of the way the word kill is used in the English language, it would trend all day, every day. So, yeah, why Paul Pelosi very much could be just a mentally ill individual. It's possible, but they believe she's one of the, murderers. They believe that Nancy Pelosi and Fauci and all them are, killer awfuls, right? That they drink baby milkshakes and all that shit. Oh, I feel like the internet's taking a shit just because everything I roll by is loading. Unpacking the backlash against new UK PM Rishi Sunak. Is there? Rishi Sunak is literally and I mispronounced his name yesterday or day before. He's literally the richest person ever to be the British PM. He's worth like $760 million, $720 million, something like that. All right. I'm going to close this page. I'm going to close this page because hopefully it won't eat up. Paul Pelosi attacker shouted, "Where is Nancy?" before attacking him with a hammer. Fuck. I mean, it sounds like a Jan 6 nut. They have him in custody. And the idea, like, it reeks of a Jussie Smollett. No, it doesn't. Because Rand Paul was attacked by his neighbor. Like, where's the liberal outrage? And everybody queuing Rand Paul's neighbor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's this Christine Pelosi saying that Rand Paul's neighbor was right. No. Again. Fucking no. This is why I have a hard line about this stuff. And maybe, maybe this is just how people who've never been in a fight talk. Is that what people think? Anybody ever been in a genuinely dangerous situation? I just don't. You either always, I suppose, joke about shit, but only with friends like this, or you never, wish that on anybody. In any series. Twitter's removed Nancy Pelosi's daughter's tweet where she endorsed the assault on Senator Ramos. When was this? That's in 2020. And again, like, the sort of whataboutism. See, this is how you create it. Folks, I'm telling you, do not go there. There are, when I was on TalkSoup, a few times, a couple of the writers would come to me with a joke that they felt was funny, was well crafted, totally, within their normal work that they would do in the previous years as they've been working on the show. And they violated my ethical line. I was like, yeah, I don't make fun of people for stuff they can't change. It was a joke about someone's nose in particular, the length and size. And I was like, if somebody got a nose job and they didn't need it, or it's obvious, or it's really vain or whatever, maybe there's room for it. Especially if they're lording their beauty over someone when they've been body modding, It's like having piercings and saying, "Look at this gold growing from my body." So it's weird. Anyways, even still, I'm not inclined necessarily a lot of times to do that. But in particular, if you're born with a certain trait, I'm not interested in making fun of said trait. Your behavior and your attitude, and your philosophy, your ideas, what you do with your life, your sort of arrogance to clumsiness ratio is kind of funny. Depending, that's why someone falling down is not funny. Someone falling down who goes, "You guys can't walk for shit," and then that's where it gets funny. So, but I had a rule about that, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that." And he was like, "What's funny?" And I'm like, "It's funny to you, and I got to say it. But also, there are 10,000 jokes for every one you're making. There isn't just another. What's another way you could do this? There's 2 or 3 jokes in here. There's 10,000." And that has always been my attitude about comedy writing, is because I believe the more options you believe are out there, the more you will find. There are 10,000 things to say, except somebody deserved to get their ass kicked. It's just, don't do it. It will come back to bite you in the ass, but ultimately, don't do it because it's wrong. Still calling Mitch Turtle Boy? Right. Is HAL frozen for everyone, or am I? It's hit and miss. But I am recording, so I'm not going to stop and go. And I will be on for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll repost this recorded chunk, if that's okay with everyone. Also, nobody went Steve Scalise, deserved it. So lumping that in is a lot of whataboutism. And if you leave the right room for whataboutism, they will take it. Shit, they're like the hard left will use it as a downpoint. So it's why you have standards, and it's why you stick to them. Excuse me. Ryan Coogler wears moving tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda premiere. I'm not going to look at that because I will probably start crying. Really fucking sad. It's a fucking shame. Chadwick was just such a talent. I was looking forward to his Morgan Freeman years. Where he's been around forever. That guy played Black Panther 60 years ago. Oh my God, he's been around forever. It's incredible. Colon cancer. Get yourself checked. Don't be afraid. Boink, boink. Truth Social is taking a giant shit. Okay. This is an interesting story. So, Ben Collins covered this, but apparently the website that they're coordinating all these like watch parties in the parking lots of Arizona polling places is Truth Social. They're coordinating. Now, I don't think that's the only place. There's a shit ton of WhatsApp and Telegram going on there. It's far more. Ooh. Report about the Wuhan lab just came out. Interesting that it's right after we've started to exfil out of China, and then the Senate report comes out now. It's interesting too. They took time to do it. It was like over a year, and Trump didn't start that when he was in office. I'm just saying. All right, we'll talk about that later when I know I can have a consistent conversation about it, and I get to read the article. Oh, and yeah, here's the SPAC, Digital World Acquisition Group. This is the stock. If you invested in Trump in April, and if you and this is where your money is now. I mean, see what I mean? There's like plenty of things to make fun of that don't require physical harm. That image alone is fucking hysterical. And then Hal started talking about a finger. Yeah, did you jump back in when I was talking about colon cancer? And don't be afraid to get checked out. Hey, I stand by the fact that everything I say, even out of context and chopped up, is worth hearing. Just saying. Elon Musk taking over Twitter is bad news for Trump's Truth Social, as Truth users say they're returning to Twitter. Yeah, this is yesterday. What's the latest on it? Because if Trump leaves Truth Social, it will cadaver entirely. He can't come back. He's probably got a contract with that SPAC that says he can't, which is ironic because he's basically renting himself out. We saw that that cameo he had to do the other day. Former President Trump to stay on his Truth Social amid Elon Musk Twitter takeover. Trump tells Fox, "I don't think Twitter can be successful without me." Shut the front door. Yeah, so that's the Reddit thread that they're talking about where the people who are parking and fucking and again, masked dudes sitting in parking lots watching voters walk up and drop off their ballot with their face showing. Who's the authoritarian here? I don't even know if those people are citizens. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can find these idiots. It'll be in here somewhere. Okay, yeah, it'll be in this. Well, it'll be in the top one of this one because it'll bring back up this guy. So these guys, prove to me these guys are U.S. citizens. These guys. Seriously, what kind of Chinese hazmat suit bullshit is this? Like in China, when people walk up to you, the COVID teams walk up and snatch people off the street. If you're a kidnapper in China right now, all you need is one of those white hazmat suits. Because if you snatch somebody off the street, nobody's going to do a fucking thing. Because you're dressed like a government official and they don't have to show ID. There's no official version of that hazmat suit where it's got official use printed on it. It's the same one you can buy on Amazon. That's fucking horrifying. Same thing with these guys. The idea that these guys somehow have any authority anyways is ridiculous. But on top of that, how the fuck these guys look like cartel enforcers? Remember that period where the U.S. government and the Mexican government got one of the heads of one of the cartels, and there was this mini war on the Mexican side of the U.S. border, and they were driving around firing guns in the air. They were all driving trucks like this, dressed exactly like this. How the fuck? Yeah, and they're not finding anything. And I guarantee at some point, somebody's going to take down and by the way, they might have their tail down so nobody can take their license plate, or they've been covering them. Some of them have been covering them with American flag stickers. But, because that's what you would do if you were an Iranian terrorist pretending to be an American, harassing people during an election just to drive them crazy. Because you have a gun and an American flag on there, so nobody will bother you. The cops won't tell you to leave because you'll give them this shit about you have every right to be there, whatever. Anyways, these guys, hold on. Did I get choppy? God damn it. Your tweets about these guys were right on. Yes. On top of all this, they're not finding anything. These guys can film all fucking day, just like Dinesh D'Souza's footage in 2000 Mules. It's not going to show shit. It never was going to. It's a fucking fantasy. It's these people might as well be north of San Diego, cutting their balls off, laying in a bunk bed, waiting for a comet to take them from the planet. That just because you stare at the sky, waiting for a UFO to take you away, doesn't mean it's going to. And that's what's happening. These guys are Area 51 watchers. Same fucking people. So, they're not going to find anything. Now, what happens when they don't find anything? They don't see anything. Their footage doesn't prove anything, and the candidate loses. What happens? Who turns on them? Do you and I give a shit? Do you and I get upset with them? I mean, there might be some schadenfreude where people are like laughing at them online or leaving messages and hanging up. But you know who's really going to be angry with these folks? The rest of their group. Their social media online circles. Their family members who believe this shit. Because if you're not with us, you're with the cabal. Like, it's fucking dangerous for these guys. There, like I said, you're going to see something where, like, family argument turns violent, two dead kind of stuff. And it's totally unnecessary and awful. And it's going to be some of these dickheads. And who cares? Honestly, we have 340 million people in this fucking country. Do you know how many people showed up at football games this fucking weekend? And we're going to worry about 2-3 people in the fucking parking lot? If they pop off and kill somebody, the whole game changes anyways. They're just menacing people and loitering, and it's not going to stop a fucking thing. Let them waste their time. Sit there with your thumb up your ass getting pounds and see if I care. It's like the loneliest tailgate in history. They don't need to buy more clothing for the two separate factions. That's true. Right? There'll be a civil war in amongst them. Dorsey, does Dorsey say something about Twitter, or they just, oh, yeah, so this is an ad for Planetary, the Inc. I'm going to set up an account on there, too, but, Jack Dorsey's Blue Sky social app now has a beta. Yeah, everybody's trying to, like, gut Twitter and find the next place to go. And ask Facebook, ask MySpace, ask Snapchat, and eventually ask TikTok. Everybody's going to move on to the next thing because you don't have to carry anything to do it. Moving is really difficult when you have to get your furniture, picked up and wrapped in bubble wrap and put on a truck. Web 5 is happening. To Zion. Okay, this is, yeah, so, like, the dude is already moving out there. Like, he's big in, he and Elon Musk did this thing a little bit ago. Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk did a sit down with Kathy Wood and one other person talking about crypto and Bitcoin and all that shit. And the reason they did it was, I would argue, and I like Kathy Wood, and I'm neutral on Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk at this point. I would argue that they were trying to pump crypto back up because they were losing money. Like, Bitcoin ate shit all year. Nobody can figure out what the fuck it's for. It's really just a money laundering tool. And unless people think they can actually use it in their regular life, it's never going to explode into the usage point where it becomes worth, a Bitcoin to $1 million, Doge to the sky. It's never going to work that way until the average person uses it to pay for stuff and get paid for stuff. And that's not going to fucking happen anytime soon until one of them is reliable. And ask any small country's currency how hard that is. And especially as volatile as it's become. And the idea was that the government can't take your Bitcoin, no matter what you do. So hackers love it, criminals love it. They're going to use all their, the FBI can't, raid your house and find your cash. They can't seize your bank accounts. And then we found out last year, yeah, they can. They can absolutely seize your crypto wallet. And they can absolutely seize the contents of it. And they can have, in some cases, they can freeze it in place, which is arguably worse. They could just make it digitally kind of disappear. So, and I don't know anybody who would sign me up for that shit. It's like this, we've had this conversation. It's the same about the BRICS petro crypto. Get the fuck out of here. I honestly, people who talk about that, it's the most childish, stupid thing. Yeah, AP is saying, "Where's Nancy?" I'm sure that will be trending in a moment. Yeah. Cat Turd. He's going to put Cat Turd back up. He's one of the right wingers. YouTube's richest creator, Mr. Beast, seeking 1.5 billion valuation, could be a massive milestone for info. Yeah, dude. I mean, this dude has like restaurants and all kinds of shit. Calling it an influencer thing is like calling the Kardashians an influencer based thing. And by the way, nothing against Mr. Beast. You go, kid. Whatever. I hope your hair transplants turn out. All good. Everybody ages. Oh my God, The Hobbit. This I love. Okay, I love this. We'll get to the real news in a second. I love this cartoon version of The Hobbit, and Orson Bean was the voice of The Hobbit in it, and the artwork on it is crazy. It's kind of old school. They literally, at one point, like the wraiths in it are like they take real people on horseback and then they just draw over the footage. And they have that weird like soundtrack for it where the greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Like, I like, please everyone watch that so that I can start making references from it because nobody fucking gets them. Just saying. Yeah, that's the record. Ah, it's so great. And like the line drawings on it and stuff and the intricacy of the drawings, like the beards and all that kind of like this was very artistic for the time. That's a lot of fucking work. I mean, it's a lot of repeating frames, obviously. But still, just I love that thing. When I was 7 years old, I got the book of this. I still have it. I'll remind me and I'll show it. I've still got it at home. Some of the pages are falling out, but I got this book of The Hobbit the year it came out. It's the whole Hobbit with animation pictures from it's the whole novel, but it's got all these pictures from the movie. And I read that thing all the way through when I was 7 years old. I read The Hobbit when I was 7. All people with super memory are just amazing to me. I have that book too, and it's falling apart. Yeah, I mean, the spine has been broken forever because I would lay it out flat. So and it's a paperback. No, it's not a pop-up. It's just stills from the movie and the actual book. Yeah, so. And yes, I read The Hobbit when I was 7 years old. I got the next series. I got the Lord of the Rings books after that, and read them as like I got them when I was 9, I think. My aunt Susan got them for me, and she got me a box of Robert Heinlein novels that I read when I was a kid, like H.G. Wells. She got me the Heinlein ones when I was older. She got me an H.G. Wells brick that had like the Time Machine and the Island of Dr. Moreau and all those kind of things. When I was 9, read those. Amazing. So, oh God. Okay. So this is, yeah, so all this stuff, and by the way, we talked about that a little bit, so I don't want to jump around, but here's the statement. Early this morning, an assailant broke into Pelosi residence in San Francisco and violently assaulted Mr. Pelosi. The assailant is in custody. Motivation is under investigation. Apparently, let's see. This is the. I don't know why it goes to this one. Okay, so this is just the Axios trends on the main part of it. Yeah, these are the real tweets, not the trending latest layer of those. We're not a democracy, right? When the constitutional republic crazies come out, it can only be Republican traitors attempting to overthrow democracy. Right, we're not a democracy. We're never a democracy. We're supposed to not be a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Yes, that chooses our leaders through democracy. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Oh dear. If only I cared. Honestly. Okay, let's see if we find here where is, whoops, I can type. Breaking on MSNBC, the assailant who attacked Paul Pelosi was in search of the Speaker of the House. Before the assault occurred, the intruder confronted Mr. Pelosi in the House, shouting, "Where's Nancy? Where is Nancy?" Yikes. Overnight, he came in, okay. Pelosi residence in San Francisco violently assaulted Mr. Pelosi. The assailant is in custody. Okay, let's see if there's any latest. Here we go. Let's grab the latest, shall we? Intruder shouted, "Where's Nancy?" and attacked U.S. Speaker Pelosi's husband. Is that really the address, or they just picked a street in San Francisco? Because I gotta say, as super rich insider trading evil corporate Dems go, it's pretty modest for San Francisco. I'm just saying. Jerry Lee Lewis just passed away. Sorry, guys. Well, however you feel about it. There was rumors that he had passed away for the last 3 days. They've been back and forth. He's dead. He's not dead. He's dead. He's not dead. He just passed away. 87. Yep. This popped up on my watch. I mean, just old-fashioned Southern mess. Jerry Lee Lewis's life. None of us can judge. We weren't born during that time. Like, fuck, man. And that lifestyle, forget it. What is MAGA? That's what I want to know. It doesn't exist anymore. Now it's Magoo. Make America Great Over and Over. We're another psycho. Okay, this is, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a back and forth between people, not believing it. Looking for Nancy Pelosi. He had a hammer and was shouting, "Where's Nancy?" when he confronted Paul Pelosi, Nancy's husband. Fucking hell. And he's on house arrest because he's staying at home. I don't know if he's on house arrest. He's got a ban because of his DWI. Like, he's basically just homebound. Fuck, that's nasty. Again, folks, I love you. We do not wish violence upon people. We don't. Sorry. Be more creative. This is interesting. Peter Zion put this up. Ford has just has stopped doing, pulled the plug on their self-driving car plans. Because no one really wants it. Not from a company like Ford, anyways. If there's going to be a self-driving car company, it's going to be a self-driving only car company at some point. They're going to use the structure of somebody else's car, like Tesla used the Lotus and just change the engine. They're going to do something like that with their system. People who drive like driving. There's occasionally this idea that on long trips, it would be nice if you could take your hands off the wheel and fall asleep and the car would keep driving, but nobody trusts it. They just don't. And they also know that it's inadvisable because it's the environment you have to change. You have to, people enjoy driving, but also you need to make sure that, like, streets and parking lots and all kinds of shit are completely uniform. So, and rules have to be consistent across the country, because if you drive from one state to the other and the rules change, who is Paul Pelosi? Paul Pelosi is Nancy Pelosi's husband, the Speaker of the House's husband. He's undergoing brain surgery? Shit. Well, I know that he got hit in the head with a hammer, so they're alleviating some of the pressure, but they said he's expected to have recovery, although if he was hit hard enough, he could have a concussion he doesn't know about, and they're having to treat him, and it took a little while for them to recognize. Shit. Hold on, back up. Let's go back in here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's all they have on here at this point. Oh God. What are these? By the way, am I like these little like phrases? Like where they like I don't know how to make those pop up. Maybe I haven't tried. Maybe it's just in the thing, but he keeps using them, and apparently they're part of the setup here. Anyways, let's see if it comes back up. I'll just look at Paul Pelosi. Let's see if we can chase it on here. Latest. Is there a suspect in custody? Why haven't we heard his name? Yes, there's a suspect in custody. Let's see. Folks expect that next week MAGA narrative will be that the guy who attacked Paul Pelosi is a political prisoner. Right. Well, they'll say it was Antifa or it was fake. Oh, and by the way, this thing is let's just, this whole Jussie Smollett part of things, is Ted Cruz going to walk this back? I fell for Paul Pelosi's hoax, and I shouldn't have. You get them with Twitter Blue? Oh, I see. Maybe so. Everybody's like, well, why don't we know who he is? Like, because it's been fucking 12 hours and the guy is, they're interrogating the guy and they're going to announce it. Believe me, there's going to be an announcement. There's going to be, the DA there or whoever. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. Hold on one second. We'll see if we can find, if I may. Let's go in here. Whoops. Oh, I see. I was like, the internet's down. No, it isn't. Okay. Quit it. What is this? All right, you jerk. Let's see. Okay, news still coming in on Paul Pelosi. New details seems increasingly like it was politically motivated. Jamie Gangle is reporting on it. She's a CNN correspondent in here. Yeah, they're writing it up, so they won't have the details until later. I wonder if, yeah, I haven't really lost that many. There's a few people, like, I've lost some followers, but not really that many. If he finds that there's a nest of bots of any sort, especially in troll world, I'm going to and it drops 10K off of everybody because they're just there trolling. Fucking ain't right. Who cares? Capitol Police says, yeah, they're going to work with it because it's obviously an attack on, technically meant to be an attack on her. Okay. Yeah. The Capitol Police have, kind of are organized as think of them as like the Secret Service for Congress in some ways, as on a smaller, more, a wider, more generic base. But mm-hmm. From AP, Paul Pelosi has suffered. This is not surprising, but from the AP, Paul Pelosi suffered blunt force injuries to his head and body, as you would in a hammer attack. Yeah, like the Pope's Swiss Guard. It's a good point. Or Elon Musk is saying that most accounts on Twitter are bots. No, he just said that there were a lot of them. He was trying to drive the price down. But he agreed to a price already, and that's what he got sued for, so he had to pay what it was worth. I'm curious. We'll look in a second. If I may drag this down here, move this over here. Let's see. Curious if... Let's see, it's 5 day, no. In the past it came the stock came up and leveled out at just below what he had to buy it for. So Elon Musk agreed to pay for Twitter stock, I believe, at $55 a share. And what everybody did was try to buy some, because depending on whether or not they thought the case was going to go through, and he was going to actually have to buy it at 55. And look at this. Look at the fucking stock. It rolled right up to 53.95, stabilized there, and now that he's bought it, it's going down. Like the one day on it's at 53.70. There's no chart because it's still today. But look at that shit. Like, everybody knew what he had to pay for it. This is fascinating to look at. Everybody knew he had to buy it at 55. No, Twitter didn't get delisted. No. But that's really hilarious. It was $54.20 per share, exactly what he must pay, right? And then he bought all this, right? That's his buy. And then everybody else got out because it's going to go down. And if he does anything, the thing is, he's going to have to avoid any kind of big psycho moves. Why does it do that? That's such a weird thing. He's going to have to avoid any big psycho moves so that people go, it's no big deal. It's going to stay basically the same. It's not, no harm, no foul. People are overreacting. Da 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 da. And then it's going to. My guess, it's going to drift down because they don't even know what the economic picture is going to be for a while. He's going to keep it stable a little bit because he fired a bunch of people. So apparently getting rid of the cost of staff is going to save him some money. But I think he just paid the former CEO or the CEO that was sitting there $100 million to take a powder. What was it? Or like... He fired the person who got, he fired, of course he was. I mean, he's gonna automate the whole fucking thing. Let me make this clear. What he's gonna do is he's gonna replace the staff of Twitter almost entirely with AI. They're gonna automate as much of it and chatbot the shit out of it and do what I've been saying for the years over the Turing test. That the Turing test is not about how advanced AI is, it's how gullible humans are. Talk to the ventriloquist, not the dummy. Most people will talk to the dummy. It's not that hard. You're sitting around, there's a puppet, and the person who's doing it is actually doing the voice, and you can see their mouth moving. People will still look in the eyes of the puppet. It's just a human trait. It's why we anthropomorphize animals. We will think that there's people working on this. That's the point. Is you'll ask Twitter for help and there'll be a response and it will be a canned response, but who cares? Do they have a video of the attack? I doubt it. I mean, they're going to have video of the guy coming in the house, probably. I mean, they got to have security. I also think, like, who stopped him? What stopped the, like, that's going to be a whole fucking story. Carl Icahn made tens of millions or more when the price dipped and Elon was posturing in court proceedings in Delaware. Yeah. Wild, wild stuff. So, why is Chomsky trending? Was okay. To who? Oh, right. I mean, Chomsky and speak with him about the future of progressive politics. At IHOP. There's a refugee camp. I mean, people could leave if they wanted. Chomsky in 2006 referring to a concentration camp. Oh, right. Yeah. I have to say, like, his conversations about Ukraine are just like, you can tell he's talking from an isolated point. Like, there is no interaction with any, it's like echo chamber. Okay, Helper. Yeah. Yeah, he's with Aaron Mate and Max Blumenthal and Chomsky. They're all talking the same shit. They're not hearing, and nobody, that's the problem with a bubble. What time was I supposed to leave? Oh, I technically at 11, but I was, now that the internet's actually working, I'm going to keep going for a little bit. I hope that's okay. Yeah, I think Chomsky is an old man in a bubble. That's why we all, that's why I try to teach you guys, like, build your principles and your ethics on a strong foundation and test them all the time with alternative viewpoints, or you won't know if they're right or if you just are convinced of a fallacy. That's how you end up in a fucking parking lot wearing camo, yelling at people who are just trying to vote. And Kings, I'm waiting for the police briefing, but I want to be clear. When you convince people that politicians are rigging elections, drink babies' blood, etc., you will get violence. This must be rejected. This is why the January 6th committee is so important. Agreed. Family Feud, right? Again, I'm not gonna. We're talking about it, obviously, but I want to hear the details of this stuff because we're all, you react to the news of the attack, the reaction. I don't know why anybody would be surprised at. Well, here's what I will say: since Ted Cruz and others have responded to it, it means they've been briefed because they are members of the House and Senate are being briefed by their security teams about violent rhetoric and violent, like this act, and going, it was real. This is what really happened. This is what we know. Breaking. Okay. The break-in at Pelosi's house is suspected to be targeted. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News the suspect allegedly entered the house through a sliding glass door carrying a hammer, was apparently looking for House Speaker herself. Paul Pelosi's injuries are significant, but according to two sources familiar with the matter, he is expected to recover. Yeah, so here's Mitch McConnell. So this is how you know this is not that they don't want to jump to buying into something if it wasn't what happened. They know it was serious. Horrified and disgusted by the reports that Paul Pelosi was assaulted in his Speaker Pelosi's home last night. Grateful to hear that Paul is on track to make a full recovery and that law enforcement, including our stellar Capitol Police, are on the case. Yeah, this is how it should be. Total normalcy. You do not ratchet up this kind of violence willy-nilly the way Trump does and the way MTG does. Like I gotta say, these fucking poser revolutionaries all over the place, your sovereign citizens and your libertarians, taxation is theft and we need to rise up, and like the hyper left, we got to burn down the system so we can rebuild it from scratch, when none of them could like keep a group of 8 people together in a coffee klatch talking about one issue without someone feeling offended and storming out, and they're going to like rebuild a government from scratch. Just get the fuck out of here. Stop it. And eventually, because what it leads to, because it is a practical impossibility. And the only way, by the way, if you want a giant revolution that changes the way we live and forever and ever, go create an AI governing bot that works magically in a sim 10,000 times in an hour and goes, look at this. This is the society. Every time it builds a society, it's totally fine. Nobody dies, and this is and life expectancy goes up. And we've made it work on all these factors that we can. We're going to do it in a limited area. It's going to pick what happens in this town, and then we're going to build it out. And our town has agreed to let this AI be mayor. Like, do that shit. But you're not going to do it by putting flesh and bone people in charge. I'm not for this, by the way. I'm just saying that's what you'd have to do to create a whole new something. That when you put flesh and bone people in charge of stuff, it's gooey. Sorry. And it's always going to be an issue. It's always going to take work. Yeah, everybody who's willing to shoot guns is not willing to get shot at, clearly. This goes back to the ACA. The ACA, everybody was like, I don't need government insurance, and they can't force me to get insurance. Well, then, if you don't have insurance and you're going to live without insurance, either don't get treated for anything unless you can pay for it in cash, or wear a medallion around your neck that says don't treat, so that you don't run up medical bills that cause the cost of medical bills to go up. I'm not saying that people without insurance shouldn't be treated. I'm saying that if you're doing it as an active choice, then buck up and see it through, because none of them are going to turn down an ambulance ride after a car accident. Hey, you're back. Look at that. Hold on. We are now told that the assailant was trying to tie up the speaker's husband until Pelosi got home. What the... Hold on.
Up the speaker's husband, quote, until Nancy got home, is the exact quote. These are from multiple sources who have been briefed, and that when the police came into the house, the assailant was saying, quote, we are waiting for Nancy. So told that before the assault...
Jesus Christ. Look, I'm all for a scary Halloween, but good Lord. And the security budget for all these people just went through the fucking roof. I mean, it sounds like a Q nut. This is the kind of language they use. I wouldn't go with mental patient. History of mental illness, you might hear something like that about them. But they thought this plan out. They brought a hammer because they were going to kill him quietly and violently instead of a gun. And it, because it's not again, you could read into, like, if anybody who's a fan of the like FBI profiler shows, a hammer versus a knife versus a gun is very telling. A hammer is an act of anger, passion, not sexual. A knife is sometimes sexual. You know, and the specifics about like stabbing someone often is associated with sort of a sexual issue. Choosing a hammer for this is very distinctly like, oh, there's a press conference is on? Okay, hold on one second. Is it, there we go. We'll see if it's at the top. There's a get out of here. I'll see if I can grab this real quick. 1 second. Oh, shit. Oh, for God's sake. Let's just go to, I'll just see if I can find it at this, like. Back up. Hold on, I'm trying to find it in 1 second. I see it, like, it should show up on the, let's see. Whoops, shit. I can't type when I'm in a hurry because my keyboard, let's see. There we go. Paul Pelosi is undergoing brain surgery following an assault that happened. Okay, this is 2:30 a.m. This happened. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Charged with attempted homicide.
And will proceed with the appropriate charges as things unfold, as well as work with the U.S. Attorney's Office and our federal partners. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for being here. I know you may have. We'll update you when we get more.
Do you know how he got into the house?
That's it for right now. We're not going to take any questions. Thank you. Our office will be issuing a news release very soon, but that's it for now. Thank you.
I missed it. All right, well, it'll roll back. As soon as it stops, we'll start it again.
We don't have any CA.
Dude, you're blocking our shot of the empty podium. Hold on, maybe there's a... Let's see if this... Pull the plug so we can watch it again. I have more questions now, right? It's this way. This just stayed open. They were waiting for 40 minutes. I have been falling for 30 minutes. Okay, that's where it starts. Hold on. Let it grind for a second. Here they come. We'll watch the whole thing.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sergeant Adam Lobsinger, Lobsinger. I'm the Public Information Officer for the San Francisco Police Department. In just a few minutes, Chief William Scott and District Attorney Brooke Jenkins will be providing an update on the incident at Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office this morning.
House.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chief William Scott and District Attorney Brooke Jenkins.
Okay. Hey, Rob, can we close that door so we don't get the noise?
Yeah, it's working. Thanks, dude. Ouch.
Okay, good morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chief Bill Scott with the San Francisco Police Department. At approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A-priority well-being check. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the suspect,
They were there quick.
him, took him into custody, requested emergency backup, and rendered medical aid. The suspect has been identified as 42-year-old David DePepe.
Not
Mr.
David
Pelosi
DePepe.
and Mr. DePepe were transported to a local hospital for treatment. This is an active investigation currently being led by the San Francisco Police Department Special Investigations Division. We are working closely with our partners from the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Capitol Police, and our district attorney here in San Francisco County, DA Brooke Jenkins, and her team. The motive for this attack is still being determined. Mr. DePepe will be booked at the San Francisco County Jail on the following charges: attempted homicide, assault with a deadly weapon, elder abuse, burglary, and several other additional felonies. Before I go any further, I'd like to thank the responding officers for their swift action this morning. Those San Francisco police officers are Officer.
Hold on 1 second. So everybody's saying they both had hammers? No. They were both fighting over the hammer. So the reason, like, they got there really quick. Whatever, like, either there was a sensor on the door or they hadn't, there was some noise in the property, meaning that, Pelosi was asleep, and the dude came in, he heard a noise, came downstairs, the guy was there, he attacks him. But they were both, apparently the guy had hit him a few times and he was like holding it. That seems to be what they're saying. They're both holding on to the same hammer. That explains to some degree how it happened, like how he didn't continue to just beat him.
Colby Wilmus, Officer Kyle Cagney, and Sergeant Edmund Hoang. I'd also like to thank our emergency dispatcher, Heather Grimes, who's standing here to my left, for a really amazing job. For inquiries regarding Mr. Pelosi and his condition, we refer you to the statement issued by Speaker Pelosi's office this morning. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins, for a few brief comments. And let me say in advance, this is what we know at this time. We will update you further, but we will not be able to take any questions after this statement.
Thank you, Chief Scott, and I do want to commend the San Francisco Police Department for their immediate response to this home and for swiftly making sure that Mr. Pelosi was okay and that the suspect was apprehended. We are working closely with them right now with respect to the investigation and will proceed with the appropriate charges as things unfold, as well as work with the U.S. Attorney's Office and our federal partners. Thank you.
That was quick. So that's where we came in.
Right. Thank you all for being here. I know you may have, we'll update you when we.
Yeah, so that was it. They sat there for 45 minutes. The attacker posted on Mike Pillow's videos. Sounds like cute. Yeah, it makes total sense. DePepe. And fucking, if he gave his name as DePepe and he has a Pepe the Frog tattoo and he just lied about his name, please. Latest. Yeah, that's your suspect. David DePepe. DePepe? No fences, no security, no guards, no dogs, no cameras. Seems curious. No, there is security. There are cameras. That's why they got there so fast. He was struck a couple of times, but he was literally wrestling with the suspect as an old man being attacked when the cops showed up. It was like probably less than 2 minutes. And they don't take questions on a lot of these things anyways, because you want to be able to prosecute the person. You can't walk up there and go, this dude's guilty as fuck. And then they're like, all right, Your Honor, we need to move venues because the first day, my client, they said he was guilty as fuck and he's, that kind of stuff. So clearly, let's see what this is showing up. Let's see. So you could, subject, former Castro, what? Born 1980 in Berkeley, it would appear to be a former Castro nudist protester. Things appear set to be bizarre for a while. If it's the same person. LSD, Buddhism, making hemp jewelry. It's very San Francisco. David DePepe. Suspects identified in attack, assault identified, broke into a couple sources. My sources also named the suspect as hammer attack appear to be a former Castro nudist protester. Things appear to set to be weird for a while. Taking part in nude war anti-pro. Oh, so he's a Aaron Mate fan. He's a Jimmy Dore fan. Attacked Nancy Pelosi. Assailant identified a. Okay, let's see. Oh dear God. Naked. Planning is stressful. It says, okay, do they have any? Is he cited in this? George Davis, a lot of people. Oksana Czarnitsky, always going by the name Alessia. Always wanted to be free of body and shame. Okay. So Russian nudist comes over, joins the anti-war protest to try and make sure America leaves Afghanistan so that Russia can move in. Like, it's just such a layer of shit. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this is on WordPress blog. DePepe ranted about censorship by the elites and ruling class. We'll see if this turns out to be true, but it's kind of interesting to check out. He appears to have a website that reads "De Jews." 16 hours ago, he posted the headline, "Why Colleges Are Becoming Cults." This is all shit we've seen on fucking Glenn Beck and Tucker Carlson. He ranted about movies, writing the critics are fucking commie gatekeepers. They love the movies as long as these movies are shit because I don't know what that is. Another post wrote, the more Ukrainians die needlessly, the cheaper the land will be for Jews to buy up. Okay. He basically he's a ping pong extremist. And he's just been in the, he seems to be leaning towards the right side of things now. Yeah, this dude here's a bit of alleged social media post belonging to him. This is at Heavy. 5 fast facts you need to know. And if the suspect has been Nancy Pelosi, Hammer, blah blah. Names first. After receiving a call, adult male. Yeah, we just saw this part on a workplace. This is what they were talking about. This is where they got it from. He apparently appears to have a website that reads "De Jews." There we go. That's his WordPress blog. In another post, he wrote, "The more Ukrainians die needlessly, the cheaper the land will be for Jews to buy up." That's where we saw it. His name was also given as David DePepe with a different capitalization. Suspect who authorized the attack. Police said, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Video of the home shows a shattered window where the suspect broke into the home and attacked. Paul Pelosi may have gotten in. All right, let's take a look, shall we? This is his website is Friendly Friends. Oh, here you go. friendlyfriends.com. Why college is becoming cults. All posts. Aliens. A turd. Bullies. Climate hysteria. COVID. Communism. Corruption. And more. Let's see. More. Gamergate. What is it? Guns. Humor. Immigrants. James Lindsay. Did he write an... Hold on. Did he write an article on... James Lindsay? Oh, David DePepe. Here you go. Black Adam. The critics are fucking commie gatekeepers. They love the shittiest movies ever as long as these movies are shitty because they're... Okay, so they're commie gatekeepers. This is... and he probably pissed he wasn't getting any. I didn't say it, but I was laughing my ass off the whole time thinking I was getting for a good something. These are his posts on this stuff. Why there's no disinformation board. Let me shrink this down so I can show you this. The following video has been censored by Google for containing too much truthiness. They intervene when the disinfo becomes a threat to the national security. I would say the Steele dossier was disinfo. Okay, so David DePepe is fucking straight up Q. Look at this. Hold on. Now I got to stretch the page out. All right, here you go. The wrong one. Hold on. How do I... All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this page, and give me 1 second. I got to take this over here, and export as PDF. Okay. Hey, look who it is. Look who's on David DePepe's feed, folks. He was literally fuck. What are the odds? A Jimmy Dore fan and an anti-Semite who, all right, attacked, we're back, all right. How could we not fucking see this? This is his page. That's his, see his little name right up there? See that little crown next to it? David DePepe? Oh, and the video he's citing from, this is 3 days ago, but this is an older video of Jimmy Dore's where Jimmy is citing the Amnesty International report about Ukraine putting their citizens in the way. And look at that, laugh at it, Kurt. Congratulations, man. You just became part of the story, fuckhead. David Pepe, Jimmy Dore fan. Everybody let Carlos Alazraqui know. Hold on one second. I need to do something. I need to drag this over here. Close this over here. Grab that. There we go. Yikes. So, hey, look at this. This isn't, I'm taking pictures of this stuff. He's citing Jimmy Dore all over the fucking place. This dude is a regular Jimmy Dore viewer. Look at this. I was just taking pictures. Oh, by the way, Gigavax Chad dies of unrelated causes. This is, by the way, there's that synthol stuff where people inject shit into their muscles and artificially inflate them. That's what this guy's doing. So I don't know what this fucking stuff is. He's a Peterson fan. The Jewish state der Israel. Oh, here you go. Trump, you need to make Tulsi your VP in 2024. Oh, look at that. Ah, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Look at this dude. Hey, hold on. I got to bring this back over here. So, just to recap, the dude who just allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi with a hammer, is a big free speech, anti-cancel culture dude who apparently smokes a lot of weed and posts pictures of fairies intermittently with Jimmy Dore videos. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The guy who allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi with a fucking hammer is an anti-vaxxer and a recurring Jimmy Dore viewer. Look at this. A message to the unvaccinated. And it's just a picture of a dude who's healthy because he doesn't do it. Weird clown stuff. So intermittently, whatever the fuck this guy. There's some pretty... Here's a quote. That's some pretty sick Jewing going on if true. Bomb the country into shit so the residents leave, buy the land up for cheap, then... Right, that's... this. He seems to be on this take. And where does he go to find support for these ideas? Why, he goes to James Dore, ladies and gentlemen. What are the odds? The Jewish state der Israel, dog whistles. He's a Tulsi Gabbard fan. You can't go wrong. Oh, okay. He's also as a Tulsi Gabbard fan and as a Jimmy Dore fan, he's also a Holocaust denier. Which isn't weird because Jimmy doesn't believe that the Tiananmen Square massacre occurred. He doesn't believe in the Uyghur genocide is going on. And if you really pushed him, do you think he'd go, well, 6 million's a big number? I'm curious where he goes with that one or if he just automatically. Wow. Yeah, this guy isn't going to turn out to be a lefty, folks. Sorry. We are all the Jews slave race. Now the Jews media wants you to glorify. Oh, and obviously yeah, there he goes. Kanye. What do you know? This dude is fucking... October 19th, he posted this. You remember when the backlash insults came in support of Trump? Let's get into George Floyd before I forget. What about the Holocaust they never told you about? faking of Adolf Hitler for history, smear campaigns, disciple truth. Oh, God. Dude, the deeper this goes, oh, Jesus the Messiah according to the Jews, black on black violence. I don't know what that, all right. Gee, this Black God Thomas Sowell, what? You know, well, I gotta decide to save it for all the blacks who used to think that whites, what? Okay. HAL a hoax. FBI corruption steal dossier. What do you know? What are the odds? There you go. You see, like these titles. These are what he writes. We's the victims. Pigs. All right. World hunger. Hashtag symbol of the new Nazi movement. He's upset about the Alex Jones Sandy Hook verdict. CDC covering up. It's okay to be white. Canada embarrassingly tyrannical shithole. The transes. He's like persecution of Jordan Peterson. The spike protein. Yeah, this is all the stuff that Jimmy talks about too. Western bigotry, the war on boys, the wage gap. Waped. Oh, that's okay. He's citing a. Hey guys, congratulations, Prigger. You made the news. Antifa is the Democrat Party's new KKK. This is demagoguery. They offer black people free gibs, so you're basically treated like. All right, are these full? You click on these. Is there full texts? Oh, you have to subscribe to his shit to read it, to read the full things. Yeesh. October 17th, October 17th, October 17th, October 17th, October. This dude is on this fucking thing all day, every day. October 12th, October 11th, 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 11th. Dude, this guy, whoa. Jesuits are the Society of Jesus. Something about the Mark of the Beast. The Way, Secret Teachings, How to Be a Christian, Horror of Babylon, Antichrist. Why does Bill Gates need protection from criminal persecution for his businesses? Oh boy, do you think we're going to get a Russell Brand one? Do you think we're going to get a Russell Brand normalizing? I mean, with all he can't have missed Russell. Nord Stream pipeline, look at that, hydroxychloroquine. This dude's hitting all of them. Death of the University Lincoln, because it's a con that Lincoln. Holy shit. West is satanic, says Putin, and apparently this dude agrees. There's Hillary. George Floyd. Gnosticism, the scientific study of COVID deaths like institutionalized murder. 19 page of file 20. Good Lord. CI who protects the worker. Yeah, he's a 2020 election denier. So he's a Trump fan, he's a Tulsi fan, he's a Jimmy Dore fan, he's a Jordan Peterson fan. Wow. So for those of you just catching up, and if I'm going in and out, this is apparently the website of the guy who attacked Paul Pelosi. In Shadows, Siegel, The Fall of the Cabal, Part 11. Shit, he wrote like a diatribe on the fall of the Cabal. Jesus is the Antichrist. The Christians are going to have a hard time with this. I know 90% of the way Protestantism was founded upon the idea, because it makes a Jew your God. Is that the idea? What the fuck? COVID explained in one pick. Yeah, the Jesuits thing. Okay, that's just up to September 19th. Diana, careful consideration. Social credit score. That was we've been warned about this by Russell Brand. Again, is he just not citing Russell just to be rude? Accelerating the red pill, freedom of speech, anti-trans stuff. As the San Francisco groomer schools, there's the groomer conversation. Drag Queen Story Hour. Oh, yeah. Our glorious communist green future. He's an anti-Green New Deal dude. We are in a zombie apocalypse as of September 15. Paid propagandist. Equality for Wayman. Murder Incorporated. We kill because we care. That's the idea that Murder Incorporated is supposedly the Jewish mafia. Your daily dose of censorship. Oh, he's watching Black Pigeon as well. That's not surprising. Demiurge, Cathars, Jesuits, vaccination. LRF family, black people need to see this immediately. The equality fallacy. COVID, communist infiltration of the church. David Steele talking to the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Human Trafficking. Elite human trafficking. Rule of law is dead. Hegel. He's James Lindsay. Hey, congratulations, James Lindsay. Yeah, there you go. Last month, the dude who allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi with a hammer last month, cited your video. We're waiting for Nancy. Let's see, the moonlight, Tale of Two Time Machines. Yuri Bezmenov, this is the guy who talks about how you can, how easy it would be to control everyone. Cronian, okay. Oh, God. It drops an N-bomb in there. Squid Game is communist self-projection. Quality for Whammon. Hey, look at that. Tragic truth about Keisha. I don't know why. Hey, adrenochrome. Look at that. Okay. I mean, honestly, we're checking, bingo. When do we yell bingo? This dude is literally checking all the QAnon boxes. And Will Ferrell. Or whatever. Okay. Amber's best evidence. A turd 2016. Oh, Amber Turd. I see. So he was following that. Global warming, solipsism, state of world, Devon stock. Noah survived the collapse of Atlantis. Message for sweet Antifa. Candace Owens. Congratulations, Candace Owens. You get a name drop in today's backstory of the allegedly a hammer attacking psycho who was waiting for Nancy. Pedophile normalization, black-pilled creationism. This is weird. All right, now I've totally got to get going. Hey, I mean, come on, Joe Rogan. My favorite episode of Joe Rogan. There are 3 parts. I don't know if he's for it. It might be one where he makes fun of him, and I'm not going to subscribe to this dude's thing. Star Wars trilogy is rebel propaganda. Aliens. Women are systemically oppressed. Enjoy your tyranny. Hitler did nothing wrong. I'm starting to think they are importing Muslims to normalize pedophilia instead of... Okay, all right. Wow. The overlap here... Not a good look. Anybody if he's citing your videos The True Detective of GTA 5, right? Some of its memes, Gamergate. And there you go, but Q. This is probably the most important video I will write. August 23rd. Pizzagate, dehumanization. NPC meme, bullies, groomer schools, communism in Hollywood, featuring Razor Fist. Good job, Razor Fist. The hammer attack guy likes your stuff. This is a video by Stefan Molyneux back before he cucked out. What? Oh shit. He's siding with Red Skull. That's the idea for like Jordan Peterson as a Sith Lord because rebels are actually the bad guys. Yeah. Thank you forever. Thank you, effer. Whatever. Okay. Let's look at the WordPress thing. I'll hold on to this in my laptop and we'll look at it later. Welcome to Big Brother's censorship hell. The reason we have a First Amendment is because censorship only applies to you. The elites running ruling caste will never censor themselves. Still trying to obey. Show you what they're thinking about. Indians. Huh? Which way? Oh, so he double posts stuff on these sites. Yeah, so some of the stuff you have to subscribe on that other site, and other stuff he just posts. Yeah, there it is. Candace versus the Lying Snakes. Black-pilled creationism, nature, reality. Facts are racist. Censor your protection. How I remember things. The Big Lie. Red Skull won't be mouthpiece of evil ideologies. Red Skull is banned. Yeah, that's the Red Skull stuff is about him. This is older. So he basically was doing this for a while, and then he... So David, there he is, censored. Hi, my name is, I work as a, he's got to watch the Redacted show. Visit DynoWeb. Okay, so he's using one of these image servers, which is a whole nother thing. But we'll talk about image servers as a way of passing like racist and provocative terroristic information, funding, all kinds of shit like that. It's a fascinating story. How can you save this feed before it gets rubbed? I saved this page as a PDF, the entire page as a PDF, which is enormous. Blog, subscribe, plans and pricing, A-turd, AI aliens, bullies, climate hysteria. So more in here. Like look at the menu on his site: communism, corruption, COVID, Dejubes, Gamergate, the Great Reset. Hey, I mean, come on. If we click on Great Reset, he's got to have. No, I'm sad that he's going to go to jail forever before he gets to know the great work of Russell Brand. Guns, humor, immigrants. James Lindsay gets his own thing. Pedogate, Red Skull, spirituality, trannies. The page is fairly poorly designed, so it doesn't scroll down properly. I'll need a bigger screen. Corruption. That's communism. That's a big one for him. Why college? Yeah, communism explained. Brazilian communism. Communism versus fascism. Brainwashed. America. Death of the university. At the end of history. Freedom made Marxism stupid, so social credit score is coming to a station near you. Great Reset. Doesn't Glenn Beck have a book called The Great Reset? Freedom of speech is unnecessary. I don't know if that's an ironic statement. It's hard to tell. Yeah, so folks, we'll get more, and obviously as more information comes in, I got to take off, but as more information comes in about this dude and the like, it's pretty clear at this point he was a overlapping. Hold on, all posts and put it like his shit was dark and overlapping with a lot of like, red pill, black pill, right wing shit, and well, here you go. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna grab something real quick because I'd love to show this. I'm gonna post something in a moment after I sign off about this little piece right here. This kind of sums it up. The Jimmy Dore shot. There's several of them on here. This is 3 days ago. 3 fucking days ago, this guy posted, Ukrainian cannon fodder. The more Ukrainians die needlessly, the cheaper the land will be for Jews to buy up. And he links it to an entire Jimmy Dore video from YouTube. Fucking hell. By the way, anybody else on the news doing a deep dive like this? Who's your buddy? Who climbs down these deep dark holes for you? I try. Like and subscribe, give a thumbs up. The morning show's a lot happier normally than this. But this is some gnarly shit, folks. Don't think for a second that that this is sort of accidental. So, oof. Yeah, it's. I honestly, I don't want to brag, but like, I'm chasing these links where they go. It's like when we looked at the website for the Blacks for Trump dude, I had to go watch that offline because there's so much awful shit on it, worse than even the DePepe stuff. In its visuals, anyways, there's a lot of just violent video on there that I had to watch it beforehand so I could weed out what I could show online. But I mean, hi Jimmy, hi Kurt, you fuck. The guy who attacked, sorry, I keep saying that. The guy who allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi with a fucking hammer and wanted to kill Nancy Pelosi has 2-3 videos on his website citing Jimmy Dore as his main source of information. Like that, we all saw there are more, and I haven't. This is just a cursory look. There are more Jimmy Dore videos he's citing than any other video source at all. Shit. There you go. They will say this event is fake. Well, they can fucking say it. It's not going to change anything. The cops actually witnessed it happening. No Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is Jewish. There is no, with the other posts we saw, there's no fucking way this guy is going to trust Ben Shapiro, even if he likes everything he says. They made him do it. He wouldn't want to do it. They drove him crazy. MK Ultra. I don't know. We'll see that kind of shit. But there's, yeah, I'm gonna post this and see how they enjoy this. The still I took of this image. I got to take off though. I got to go. I got to pack my shit up, put all this gear away, and go to the airport. So I love you guys. I'll be about a half hour late for the afternoon show today. Apologies ahead of time. Because my flight lands at like 2:30, 2:40, and bags take forever in Vegas. So, but I will be on this afternoon. And thank you guys for hanging in there during the beginning, the top part of the show as well. What a crazy day. Crazy. Anyways, I adore you guys. I will see you later. I'm trying a new thing where it pulls clips as I speak, and I've been messing around with it. It'll probably be choppy crap the first time I try it, but wish me luck, and we'll see. And I will see you guys this afternoon. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And remember, no violence, no violent rhetoric, none. Even in a situation of self-defense, it's better to keep it to your fucking self until you have to do it. So, none. Because this is where it leads. And I'm not ever going to end up in the same fucking boat as this dickhead where somebody does something awful citing what I say. It's not going to happen. No, 1,000 times no. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a great day. I told you, it comes around, people. It comes around. Much love. See you later.